Hey everybody, Ronnie here. So, I received a text message. It's a pretty long one. Basically asking me a few questions. They're all under the same umbrella. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go through them. The first question is it required to lease a trailer too? The answer is no. It's not required that you lease a trailer, or it's not required that you buy a trailer. You do have to have a trailer. If you choose to, you can rent a trailer. And if you rent the trailer, then it's about $70 less each week in your payment. If you lease the trailer to own it, then after about 3.5 years, you own the trailer. It's that simple. The next question says, if yes, that would make each load a live load and live unload, meaning losing hours, and hours is money. And another text came in. At any rate, yes, every load is a live load and unload. You're not losing hours though. Let's go ahead and dig into that just a little bit. So when we select a load, okay, what happens is our dispatcher goes to the load boards, looks around, finds the best load for where we're at and where we want to go. All right. And then comes to us with that information. This is where the pickup is. This is where the delivery is. This is how many miles it is, how many deadhead miles to get to the shipper, and about how much it weighs and how much it pays. If you like that, if you like all the information, then you can say, go ahead and book it, and your dispatcher will go and book the load for you and send you the load information. If you don't like it, and it's something that can be fixed, maybe it's paying a little bit less than you think it should, your dispatcher might be able to go back to the broker and say, hey, listen, I need $200 or $300 more, whatever it is. And we'll be able to get that for you. If they can't, then they'll say, okay, thanks a lot. We'll look at the next load. Anyway it goes, the price of the load is the price of the load. So let's say you're doing a load from Chicago, Illinois to Dallas, Texas. Let's say that load is paying $3,500. Okay, with where the pickup is, where the delivery is, price, everything like that. The time that you are sitting in the dock at the shipper and at the receiver, that's all figured into the overall price that you're getting paid for this load. That's really the way you have to look at it. Trying to break things down into their individual components is more of a mindset that you pick up as a company driver. As an owner operator, you gotta look at it from the big picture. And does the cost fit into that big picture? If it does, great, take the load. If it doesn't, the next load might do a little better for you. What is the detention time for loading and unloading? Is there a detention or not? If there is, how much? And when does it kick in? After 45 minutes or 2 hours? There's no guaranteed detention. Once again, you're thinking more like a company driver. Now, some brokers will pay detention if you're there for an extended period of time. If you're there for 3 or 4 hours, you might get a little detention pay, but that's all on the broker. It doesn't hurt to go and after a couple of hours, say to your dispatcher, hey, I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I'm still not loaded, or I'm still not unloaded. I need something for this. And your dispatcher can go back to the broker, make their case, and you might get some detention pay. Otherwise, it might be in the contract. But there's no guarantee on detention pay, generally speaking. Are you getting paid for empty miles? No. Okay. He throws an example here. You drop off a load in Portland, pick up your next load in Tacoma. Is there pay for those empty miles? The short answer, once again, is no. You're not getting paid extra for those empty miles. But once again, that's breaking things down into little itty bitty pieces, which is, like I said, it's a company driver mindset, and that will not serve you well as an owner operator. What you want to do is look at the big picture. If I'm in Portland, I make my delivery, I get my next load, it's being picked up in Tacoma. I know that's an hour up the road. So I'm going to figure in that I have to go 1 hour from the receiver to the new shipper. And that cost should be reflected in the overall price that I'm getting for this load. And is there a layover if, for example, the freight got canceled? Not guaranteed. Everybody occasionally gets a load that the load gets canceled. Like I said, that's not a guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get anything, but a lot of the brokers will still throw you a bone just to keep you happy, because, you know, an unhappy driver is a driver that's not going to take their next load. For example, in my first week, I had a load that got canceled on me. It wasn't the end of the world. I got another load a couple hours later, but the broker threw me $150 for my trouble. The broker didn't have to do that, but they did. A lot of times that'll happen. Sometimes the load will get canceled and they'll be like, sorry, buddy, it got canceled. There's really nothing you can do about that. I think the overarching message here is, when you're talking about loads, you have to look at the big picture. You figure in your deadhead miles, the time that you're going to sit at the shipper getting loaded, the distance and time that it's going to take to get to the receiver, and the time that you're going to sit at the receiver at the dock getting unloaded. If that overall number matches the pay that you're being offered, then you've got a good load. If it's close, you got a good load. If it's not, turn it down. Find another load. Have your dispatcher find another load. It's that simple. It really is. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them my way. You can text them to me. My phone number is right here on the screen. It's also in the description below. You can put it in the comments. I read my comments and will be happy to answer those questions as well. And if you have any, and if you'd rather call, give me a call. That's fine too. I'm always around. If I'm asleep, I'll ignore your call and call you back in the morning. If you have an interest in joining Super Ego, then give me a holler also. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have about that. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will talk to you later.